My name is Victoria. I am 56 years old. I am divorced. I have my own business, and it is very successful. I have a large house, a beautiful car, and enough money to live comfortably. I thought my life was perfect. I had everything I wanted, except someone to share it with. One afternoon, I went to a small café near my office. I wanted to enjoy a quiet coffee and watch people passing by. As I sat down, I noticed a young man sitting alone. His face looked worried, and he kept checking a small wallet in his hand. He seemed nervous about ordering. I walked closer to him and said, "Hello. Are you looking for something to eat?" He looked at me and said softly, "Yes, I think so." I smiled. "Please let me buy your lunch today. Consider it a gift from a friend." The young man looked surprised. "Oh, no, you don't have to do that," he said hesitantly. I shook my head. "Yes, I want to. Please, let me." He paused for a moment. Then he nodded. "Thank you. That is very kind." I ordered a sandwich and a drink for him. We began talking as we ate. His name was Liam. He was 25 years old and studying at a local college. He worked part-time as a cleaner to pay for his studies. He had some debts and bills to manage. He told me about his life, and I shared small parts of mine. We started meeting more often. Liam was different from the people I usually met. He was young, full of energy, and had a way of making me laugh. I enjoyed his company. I think he felt the same because he always looked happy when we were together. I knew our age difference was large, 31 years, but I did not care. He made me feel young again. One day, Liam invited me to his apartment. I went there, feeling a mix of excitement and nervousness. We sat on the sofa, and he offered me a drink. Then, he looked at me and said softly, "Victoria, you make me feel like I can breathe again." My heart started beating fast. I looked at him. Slowly, he leaned closer and kissed me. In that moment, I forgot about our age difference. I just felt the warmth of his lips and the connection between us. Liam never asked for money. Not once. But I noticed the stress in his eyes. He worked hard at college and at his part-time job. I knew he had financial problems. I wanted to help him. One afternoon, I visited the shop where he worked. "Liam," I said, "I want to help you. I can give you some money to pay your bills." He looked shocked. "No, Victoria. I cannot take your money. This is my responsibility." I shook my head. "Please. Think of it as a gift from a friend. You do not have to feel embarrassed." He looked down and asked softly, "Are you sure, Victoria?" "Yes, I am sure," I replied. Liam started to cry. He covered his face, overwhelmed with gratitude. That night, I held him close. He felt safe in my arms, and I felt needed in a way I had not felt in years. We didn't need words. We just stayed together. Soon, people began talking about us. They called me a sugar mama, which meant an older woman giving money to a younger man. I pretended not to care, but inside it hurt. A week later, it was Christmas. My son, Andrew, came home for the holidays. I hadn't seen him in weeks. He called me from the road and said, "Mom, I'm bringing a friend for dinner. Is that okay?" I smiled. "Of course, dear." That evening, the doorbell rang. I opened the door, and my heart froze. Andrew stood there, smiling, and next to him was Liam. My son's friend was the same young man I had been seeing. I almost dropped the wine glass I was holding. Liam's face turned pale, and he quickly looked away. Andrew did not notice anything strange. "Mom, this is Liam. He is my classmate and a good guy," Andrew said proudly. I tried to smile. We sat down for dinner. Liam and my son talked about college. He avoided looking at me. After dinner, Andrew went to his room to study, leaving Liam and me alone. I knew I had to speak. "Liam," I said, "this cannot continue. It is too risky. We have to end it." Tears filled my eyes. He walked closer, took my face in his hands, and kissed me. I felt his need. I wanted to say no, but the kiss made it impossible. Then Liam said quietly, "Victoria, I want to marry you." I was shocked. "Are you joking?" I asked. He shook his head. "I am serious. I love you. It is not about your money. It is about you. Only you." I listened to him and felt my heart soften. I wanted to feel loved by him, so I said yes. My friends and family thought I was crazy, an older woman marrying a younger man, but I didn't care. The connection we shared felt real and strong. We married quietly, with only a few close friends present. Liam held my hand and promised to love me forever. For a while, everything felt perfect. But then things changed. Liam started taking calls in private. He would quickly end conversations and delete messages. He seemed distracted and distant. I tried to ignore it, thinking maybe he was busy with school or friends. One day, I saw him talking to a young woman outside. She was beautiful, and he seemed happy with her. I felt a pang of jealousy and confusion. Later, I asked him about her. "Who is that?" I demanded. Liam looked nervous. "Her. She is just a friend, Victoria. A friend from college," he said. I didn't believe him. I decided to follow them the next day. I watched as they walked together in the park. They laughed, and she leaned on his shoulder. I knew this was more than friendship. My heart ached. That night, Liam came home late. We sat in silence. I couldn't sleep, thinking about the other woman. I knew I needed answers. The next morning, I confronted him. His face was pale, and his hands shook. He confessed that the woman was his ex-girlfriend, Sophia. She had been in trouble and needed money. She threatened him, saying she would reveal that he married me for my money. She showed him old photos and messages, trying to blackmail him. Liam's eyes were red from crying. "Victoria, please, look at everything. But don't leave me. I love you. This is not about money," he pleaded. I saw his pain and knew he was telling the truth. I held him close, crying on his chest. That night, I decided to protect him. I called Sophia and offered her money to leave us alone. She accepted and vanished from our lives. Liam finished his studies and found a good job without my help. We moved to a small house by the beach and lived a simple life. He often told me that I had saved him, but I realized I was the one who needed saving. Before Liam, my life was successful but lonely. Now, it was full of love, laughter, and hope. We were happy together, and I knew I had made the right choice. Love, respect, and trust were more important than wealth or age. Liam had shown me that happiness comes from connection, not just money. Our story was unusual, but it was real. I had everything I thought I wanted before. Money, success, but now I had something more valuable. Someone who loved me for who I am. I am grateful for Liam every day, and I know we will face the future together, hand in hand.